Well, hello and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at how you can add a rounded camera to your live stream. In fact, this can be any shape, and we're going to do that using masks. So let's get to it. So today we're working in OBS Studio. This technique will likely work in other streaming softwares, but today we're using OBS Studio. Now I've kind of given you a nice preview here with this particular camera that I'm using right now, as this is the kind of look we're trying to create. So I've got a nice filter on here which allows me to have them lovely rounded corners. But of course, as I said previously, this can be any shape that you like. So the first thing that we need to do is add a camera source into OBS so that we can add a filter to that. So we can do that just by clicking the plus down here at the bottom and by choosing add video capture device. Now you could create a brand new one, but what I'm going to do is just use one that already exists. I'm picking this particular camera here. So I just need to go ahead and maybe make that a little bit bigger just so you guys can see a little bit better what we're working with. Now next I want to come down and right click on the camera source here, and this time I'm going to choose filters, and then I'm going to come to the effect filters. So we're going to click the little plus at the bottom here, and we're going to choose this option, which is image mask blend. So give that a click. If you want to rename it, maybe call it round or square or hexagon or whatever you want, you can go ahead and do that. But this case, we're just going to leave it as it is and choose OK. Now within here, you have a few options. You have the type of mask here. And if we drop this down, you can see that we can use the color channel, alpha channel, we can add blend to multiply or subtract. If you're unsure what these are, the best thing to do is to just have a play with them once that we actually have something in the path here. But the likelihood is that we're going to use one of these top two items depending on the type of image that we find that we want to use as our mask. So the next thing that we need to do is select our path. We need to find a high contrast black and white image that is going to allow us to act as kind of a mask. It's easy if I just show you. So if we come into browse here, you can see in this window, I have a series of different masks. Now within here, I have a circle, which has a white middle and a black outer. We have kind of like, is that a pentagon? Someone's going to correct me in the comments. We have a nice oval here. Now this one has kind of a dotty edge. I really like this one. We have a moon, so that kind of gradually fades out towards the edge. And we also have an oval here as well. You'll notice that I have one here that is also kind of inverted, that is black in the middle and white on the outside. So you can use that way as well. And of course we could just flip them to invert them. It just means that the option we choose in the drop down will be different. So in this case, let's make it nice and simple. And let's choose our simple circle mask. Now, if you're wondering where to find these kind of images, you can, of course, make your own if you have access to something like Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, an excellent version that you can use is called GIMP, which is 100% free, but you could just go and make any shape that you like. Just make sure that the background is black and the area that you want to be kind of transparent, where you want your camera to show through, is white. That's the easiest way to do it. Now alternatively, you can also just go to Google, check on Google Images, search for alpha mask. That should give you what you're looking for, and I always grab the PNG versions. If you are going to do that, just make sure that the images that you are using are copyright free, because we don't want you getting into trouble now. So let's go ahead. We're going to choose the circle mask, and I'm going to choose open, and you can see straight away what that's done. It's applied the circle onto my camera there, and I think that looks pretty good. You may be wondering what this color means. So basically this is just letting us select which color in the image is going to be transparent. So if we were using that other image where it was black in the center and we wanted to remove that, you could actually just choose select color and change that to black. So if you're using, say, like a high contrast image that is maybe blue or gray or something like that, you can go and change this here so that it's going to work. We can also affect the opacity here. So we could make ourselves a little bit transparent if you wanted to. And we also have this ability to stretch the image, which discards the aspect ratio. In this case, I actually like the circle as it is, so let's leave it like this. Now, just as another example, let's change this mask and let's choose this one that has the black in the center and the white on the outside. So if we go and do that, now you'll see this time nothing is happening. So let's try changing our typing here from the color channel, and let's switch that to the alpha channel. Now look how that's changed. I'm kind of not quite sat in the middle for where my camera's positioned, but you can see that you could get some really, really interesting shapes going on here. So again, I'm going to switch it one more time, because the one I want to use is kind of this dotty edge one. Now you can see, because this is still set to the alpha channel, what I'll need to do is switch it back to the color channel, and that gives us this nice border. So let's choose close on there. We can get a bigger look of what that looks like exactly. Now at the moment that looks like it's just black, doesn't it? So just to prove that it is actually transparent, let's add something into the background. So we'll just go for an image. We'll choose OK. So I'll just grab an image there, a screenshot from one of my games, choose OK. Of course, we need to put this behind our camera, and we can see there now how all of this outside area has a lovely kind of faded effect there. Now, if we want to just lock that so the background doesn't move, let's take a look here. And if we want, we can resize this, make it smaller, kind of put it more where you would kind of expect to see a camera, over at the left here and so on, and manipulate it as you see fit going forward. You can see on the example of the camera that I have on at the moment, I do have kind of a border around there. So I've added that by using a plugin. I've actually already covered how to use this in a previous tutorial, which was my borders and drop shadows and glows tutorial. I'll leave a link to that down in the description if you want to check that out. You can see that I've reset this so that we're back to the round camera. I think it's a really nice clean look and a little bit unusual with having kind of the gap around the edge. So we can click in the StreamFX. We're going to choose the option for outline. You see what that's done is it's put kind of like a thick black line around there. Now, that's not quite what we want. Of course, you could change this color, but to get the transparency, I feel like just leaving it black is pretty good. Now we need to change the outline alpha and bring that down until it's kind of, you can see through it, but it's not gone completely. If we take it away completely, it's completely pointless. So probably about 50%, maybe somewhere around here is going to work quite well depending on your color scheme. We can then change the width of this if we want it to be a little bit bigger. So I have mine a bit chunky, but not too big. And then the finishing touch is going to be this outline offset. So you can see if I push this all the way out, it creates a little gap between me and the edge of the border. So I actually like that if I take it pretty much all the way out there. And if I move my arm around, you can see that it captures that unusual sort of semi-transparent border. So I just wanted to show you that as a little bonus tip because I like how it looks. So we'll close there, and again you can see that's our finished camera. I quite like how that's looking. So let's set it up as we would for a stream. Just bob it over here, and that's pretty much it. Lock it down so it doesn't move. Job's a good one. So that is it for today. I bet that was easier than you thought it was going to be, wasn't it? Well, I hope so, because it's a really simple one to do and you can get really creative with it. Keep in mind that you don't just have to use it on your webcam. You could actually use that effect on any source. You could make some really interesting overlays for your game scene, even for your chat box. So, you know, I'd love to hear what ideas this may have given you and how you're going to use it going forward. And also let me know in the comments which shape is your favourite. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to do all of those things that I love. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. And I will see you in the next one.